Hello, other amazing update. Why don't we? You know, being number 7 um, of this little update here, had some insight on what I should be doing. Uh, I got some mechanics kind of finished. So we're going to look at these two mechanics here. We're going to look at a new class, and then we're going to look at a lot of one classes, all of their subclasses that will be coming. So this video might be a little longer, but I'll try speed running through it. So we're gonna get to XP and leveling. So here you go. Here's a little description of leveling and how you what leveling does. You get more abilities, skills, and etc. etc. But there are, I think, 4 or 5 ways to get XP. So XP. There's kills from XP. So you get XP from kills. Here is the list of how much XP you get when you get the final kill. Like in campaign 1 and 2, if you get the final kill, you get the full amount of XP. If you are helping, you get half the amount of XP. So I have made a system in place where a boss can times the amount of XP you can get. So if the boss is a medium sized boss, but they're pretty difficult, you guys will roll the XP, which is this, and then times it by 3. Or if I feel like giving you guys more XP, it could be times by 4, and then if it's a huge, like a huge size, then it'll be this. So remember that to get a next level, it just has to be 100 XP. So something like this it's a large amount of XP for a getting to that next level. So there's that. There's kill XP. Then we have quest XP. Quest XP is not new, but it hasn't been really enforced. Now it will be enforced in this as a set rule. This is optional as well for DMs. There are also the same mechanics of if it's a harder mission or if it's a main mission, you can times the number by the XP. Quest XP is a little bit more than kill XP just because it's a whole quest. It should take a couple of sessions to complete a quest, so that's why it's so much more XP. So also, if the quest is too easy or too hard, the difficulties can change. So if it started at normal and then some stuff have been unraveled, it could become a very hard quest in the middle of the quest. Vice versa, if it's very hard in the beginning but it's pretty easy, like 75% through, it can become a normal or hard or easy. So there's that. Then there's hourly XP. Hourly XP, my dog's going to be barking. Hourly XP is every hour that you play in real life is going to give you 10 XP. So I wanted to have a mechanic where if there was a lower level, that the party could help them level up to where they are at. So this is where training XP comes from. Training XP is basically a player of higher level can use their action to train a lower level, right? When you do so, you give up, the higher level gives up their here, I should probably be marking this so you guys can see where you can read this. But a higher level player will give up their hourly XP that session to give to the lower level player. And you can do this, higher level players can do this as many times as they want. Sorry, I don't think that's how you word it. But if there's 4 high levels and then 1 low level, those 4 high levels can give their hourly XP to the lower level. So there, all the math for that is going to be right here. It has an example of a 7-hour session. I know, right? That would be amazing. And it kind of explains the math there. There's a little bit more math right here as well, and more and more. So training XP is there to, if someone hasn't been playing in a while, you can raise them from the grave and make them a higher level in a in-game mechanic. That is part of the core rules. So a DM can't really mess with you with this. If you want someone to be a higher level and they're lower level, then the players have control of that. They can use their resources in order to level up that player there. So in-game way and reason for a player to become higher level to the party. Higher levels cannot do this to higher levels. And XP wise, it is the actual total number and not the XP bar. Those rules and mechanics are down here. So that's fun. So those are the XP types there. Ways to get XP. Now we have leveling patterns, and I have to add one right here. But every 2 levels, you get to pick from 5 health, 5 stamina, 5 mana, or 2 speed. That was just like the normal one. Every 5 levels, you can pick one of your trait points and move it somewhere else. So that's a new mechanic. So let's just say you have 20 strength and then 20 dexterity, whatever it may be, right? Or sorry, let's change that around. Let's do 20 strength and then 5 dexterity. You can move one of your strength points to your dexterity. That right? Or you can give yourself a +1 in a skill. So the reason why I made this part is because players might, their character might evolve. Their character might like range weapons in the future and want to be more stealthy. Then they can move a strength point into a dexterity, or maybe they are feeling more lucky and they can move a charisma point into a luck point. So that's a really cool mechanic. Or you can give yourself, again, this is 2 options at level 5, or every time you get 5 levels, you give yourself 1+ in a skill. Obviously, this option is a little better. Because with this one, you are moving things around. You're moving things around, but you're not really getting anything. This one you are getting something. I don't know. It just depends on how you feel about that. And every 10 levels, you get to pick a class slot. So ability slot is now changing to class slot. I did this more recently. So class slots are now ability slots. Ability slots are now class slots. My bad. And then, you could pick a class slot, or a spell slot, or a different slot. A different slot is just depending on what class you're playing. Again, like the druid gets an animal slot, and then the artificer gets a magic item slot if they have that choice. An old mechanic that was in campaign 2, now returning, is this beautiful thing here. Prestiging. So once you hit level 100, you get set back down to 0, but you keep everything that you have. Your health, your stamina, your mana, your abilities, all that fun stuff. But you get to pick, every 25 levels, you get to pick a one of these 9 things here. So there's a lot of good options here. True protection. People might be confused, but there's a new armor and then a new damage type. True protection. No matter what damage comes through, true protection covers it. So let's just say you're wearing armor that covers you from melee weapons, and 25 points of fire damage hits you. Well, if you have 5 points of true protection, then that is only going to be 20. And true protection protects you from everything. So that is fun. There's true protection and true defense, which they're both the same thing. If you see them, they're both the same thing. They do the same function. So there's that. You can pick when you are playing your class, you can pick a other subclass in that class. So if you're playing barbarian, and you pick your subclass at level 25. When you do the prestige roll here, you can unlock one of the subclasses under the class that you're playing. So that's fun. You can get all the subclasses in one character pretty much, if depending on how many subclasses are in that character. So it's fun. Of course, you can get more health, more stamina, more mana, and then there's that epic boon, which I won't show you today, just because it's still being kind of tweaked on, so I don't want to show that at the moment. But there's epic boons, which are passives that you get. Some of them are pretty crazy. Some of them are very good, but epic boons are there. +6 speed, which is insane. +1 trait point, also insane. This allows you to basically, if you wanted to use all your might, I think, I'm being dumb right now, I can't do the math, but I think you can get, if you just want trait points, you can get 20 20 trait points from if you are just doing that for your prestiging, which allows you to get like a 40 strength. Um, so that should be fun. And then a 9 will, or sorry, number 9 will give you a new slot, a spell slot, mana slot, whatever you would like. I might change this to be 2 slots that you get, but I'm still thinking about it. So there's that. But prestiging is insane. So the leveling system, I think it's pretty clean. I think the XP, I might raise the kill XP a tiny bit, but I'm pretty happy on how it is now. I think the XP system in general is good, and the end game is extremely good. So before there wasn't really an end game, now this is the end game mechanic. So I'm really happy about that. So going down, we're gonna go to dying/death. This has completely changed. Not in, I'm not to say in the worst, but it is definitely harder to get back up. Yes, it is harder to get back up. I'll keep it as that. So being down, you are not unconscious. You are able to move half of your speed still, right? While you are crawling on the ground, you are considered prone and crawling when you are down. When you become down, you can't take your action, your bonus actions, or attacks unless your class says so. You're able to move half of your movement speed, and you will have now 50 plus critical health. So this critical health, every single turn at the start of your turn, you will roll a 1d20 for a death saving throw. This mechanic is new, and depending on where you roll is how much damage you will take in your critical health. So if you roll nat 1, you lose 25 of that health. If you roll a 2/9, you'll lose only 10. If you roll a 10 /19 or through 19, you will lose no health. If you roll nat 20, you get plus 25 health. If your critical health gets down to 0, you will die. So Antonio, why did you add this mechanic? So in the old one, how it would work is that you would lose 10 health every turn when you were down. The mechanic was okay. There was no way to get up by yourself. Now there is. So you can heal yourself 25 health if you get a nat 25 or 25 health of critical. So now there's a way to get back up. But there's also a way to die in like 2 turns pretty much. Obviously if you get one nat 1, it's 25, but then if you fail the other rolls, you still have I think 3 more chances. So it's still hard to die when down. Of course, you could be unlucky and get 2 nat 1s and then you just die instantly. So there's that. For you to get up and start fighting, again, you or someone else will have to heal over your critical health. So let's just say that your critical health is at 20, right? If your critical health is at 20, that means if you get a nat 1, you die. If you get a 2/9, you lose 10 of that 20 health, of that critical health. If you get a 10, a 19, you'll lose none of it. And then if you get a nat 20, that means you would have 45 health. Okay, stick with me, right? So that was some quick math there. I'm pretty sure that's fine. Okay, so in order for you to get back up, someone has to heal you over your critical health. So if I'm at 20 critical health, someone has to heal me 30 health just to get me back up. Antonio, why the F word did you do this? In the last campaign, it was really, really hard. Wanted to, not to kill people, but when they are down, you have a lot of opportunities to get back up from healing from 1 health point. This mechanic is gone. You have to heal them over their critical health in order for them to get back up and fight. Now, there is a mechanic that I have in here for people to not be dying, and I'll show you. But there, that is right here. So you have to heal over the critical health. Overhealth does not count for this, but overhealth can help you from attacks. So when things attack you, when you're down, they can cut into your critical health as well. So the game has gotten harder in that mechanic. So if a creature attacks you when you're down and you're at 20 health and they do 45 damage, you're cooked. Obviously your armor and stuff protects you, but it's because you're prone, they have some advantages on you. So there's that. If a player does not have healing, they can roll a medicine on a down person. This will use an action. When they do, they will roll a 1d20 plus medicine. If it will heal their critical health. If they heal more than the maximum critical health, the person will be the person who is down will be sleeping for 1d6 turns. They will not wake up until the turns go by. But every turn that goes by, it will count as if they were resting. If they are attacked in the stage, they can go back to dying if the attack does enough damage. So this is pretty quick, right? So if you have no healing, you can roll medicine to heal that critical health. But if you do so, the character goes unconscious and sleeping, which counts as resting. So every turn they would be healing and getting mana back. So that's a good thing, right? In general, that's a good thing. Again, this is only for a couple of turns. If they don't heal over their critical health, then they'll still be sleeping, because there's a chance that they might not, depending on how much critical health that they lost. Or sorry, my bad. That doesn't make any sense. But if they roll medicine, I'm trying to word this right. But if they roll medicine and it over their critical health is already healed. My bad. And then the player that's down, that's sleeping, that rolls the 1d6 turns, they'll be healing over time. Of course, you're sleeping. So an old campaigns 1 and 2, when you're sleeping and something attacks you, they do double damage. So you're like a sack hoping that your team will help you. If they are attacked in the stage, they will go back to dying if an attack does enough damage. So there's that. So in the other aspect, if something attacks you when you are up and it goes over your health, it will cut into your critical health. So dying in this campaign or in this setting is a lot easier to die in campaigns 1 and 2. A very interesting mechanic, but it is there. So dying, everyone. So now that we looked at that, I might want to show you guys this. So I have an items tab now. There is utilities, which I think there's like 15, 16 items so far. So there's that. There are consumables, healing potions, mana potions, energy potions, prep meals, sleeping meds, pain pills, and then there's armor. So I have a new armor system being in the works. But how this armor system, system works is that basically you have, let me count this real fast. You have 7 slots, armor slots, being 2 of them gauntlets, 2 of them boots, 1 leggings, 1 chest plate, and 1 helmet, right? They give you different protections. You can see that here. I'll just kind of scroll down here. Okay, now that we saw that, so you can match. Anyways, you can mix match armor. So I can have a leather helmet, a heavy chest plate, iron gauntlet, 1 mana gauntlet, and a padded leggings. So makes customization really fun. There's going to be a lot of magic items that are single armor type, so that's going to be really, really fun. Armor is very important in this these next game rules, just because how much damage can be done to you, and being down is a crime against humanity. So there is all that fun stuff here. So there's armor system being worked, and then a crafting system being worked to make armor and other sorts of stuff. But this is pretty much how the armor system is going to work. You have slots, these armor slots. You're able to put stuff into the armor slots, being obviously armor. Some things might change around, like there might be an armor set that gives you, actually I won't spoil that, but the armor system is here, so you get to mix match armor to kind of get what you want. So that's fun. That's super, super fun. Yeah, items. Anyways, We're gonna go to classes, and we're gonna check out the cleric. The cleric has been in hard work. I wanted something extremely different from the paladin, but the cleric is the healer. So the cleric has a lot of different um, heals to keep people up. So they have healing hands. Now the mechanic that we were talking about with the medicine rolls, um, this the cleric denies that some of the mechanics with the medicine rolls. So when the cleric uses medicine on a person, um, they will actually, when they heal their critical health with the medicine roll, they will heal them back up. The person won't be sleeping, so that's already good for the cleric there. Channeling health. Whenever you use a divinity coin, you make a healing area which is 10 feet, and you heal 1d6. This healing will get higher over levels, so that's good. Divinity coins are kind of like divine tokens for the paladin, but it kind of increases your healing ability. I don't like how this looks here. How to fix that? But yeah, for at first you have two divinity coins, and they work for abilities and all that good stuff. You get more divinity coins when you level up. Pretty simple. You get all divinity coins when you take a rest longer than 4 turns. You have turn undead. You make undead move away from you. Pretty cool. Harness divine power. You can crush one of your divine coins and add mana to yourself. Destroy undead. You do a F ton of damage to a undead creature. Blessing strike. You add holy damage to your weapons. Guardian Angel is fun. It's kind of like the Paladins, but it's a little bit better than the Paladins. You grow wings. You're able to fly to a target that you just healed or a target that just took damage, and it only takes five stamina. That's pretty good, and it doesn't have a range, so that is good. Healing bonus is good for the next 3 turns. Whenever you cast a spell on a target or a teammate, you heal more health. So that's cute. Main healer is a passive. If you have a healing type spells, so you have now 2 times the range and do 1d6 more healing. Ring of the Bless is like Zen's Zen from Overwatch's like orb. You have this halo above someone's head, and they heal a certain amount of health every turn, and they also get a bonus in battle rolls against them. So yep, there's that. Blessed by the Gods. When you are down, you have a higher chance to get back up by yourself. So there's that. That's fun. Obviously, trying to keep the healer alive is something that you want. Preserve Life is this large range heal, or not large, a large area heal, but it doesn't heal too much. So it heals a lot of targets, but not too much healing. Blessed Healer is fun. You get every ability or spell that you use for 3 turns heals you. Healing Wave, you make a cone of healing, but you also, that cone, if there's targets in there, they also take damage and become prone. Radiance of the Dawn. When you see someone take damage, you can roll some over health on them, so that's really good for the over health to take the damage instead. Blessed Light, you basically make a flash grenade, and also heal a little bit in that area too. Touch with a God, you make a potion, heal more, so that's nice. Healthy People, you're able to take 1 condition, so this could be blindness, being prone, whatever a god raises you up from being prone, I guess. Yeah, so that's good. Divine Intervention. Divine Intervention can do 3 things. It can travel, heal, or kill. Travel is pretty good. Heal and kill is pretty good. Divine Intervention helps you with one of those 3 things, so that's fun. Beam of Health is pretty cool. Think of this as a Moira ult, but it only works instantly like that, and it instantly heals people to 30 health, but to beam. So if you kind of like get in a position where you're able to heal everyone in that single blast, you can heal basically infinite targets that are within that range, so that's fun. Healing Clean, you take away tick damage from anyone. That's good. Revivify, you touch a creature that has died in the last minute, the creature just comes back to life. That's simple. And then greater Divine Intervention. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Greater. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're all the way at the bottom. Allows you to. So when you roll a divine intervention, it is usually a 22 in religion. I know that's freaking bars blocking it. But now it's a 15, and it takes less stamina to use the. Sorry, I'm trying to get back up here. There you go. To use. So you can add stamina or lose more stamina to add to the abilities. But with the passive, it's less stamina, so that's good. Use divine tokens there, or divine coins. So you might see some abilities have divine tokens. There's two different versions of this. So there's if you add a divine token, and then there's ones that must need a divine token to use. So remember that when you are doing stuff with the cleric. But yep, mostly just a healer. They're pretty cool. They definitely do their job pretty well. So yeah, there is the cleric. Now we're gonna look at some subclasses. So one that I've been really working hard on is the barbarian, and you can see that we have five barbarian subclasses. You can see it looks pretty neat, it's pretty clean. When you hit level 25, you're able to pick a subclass. This is the path of the berserker. Their rage changes, so instead of them taking 3 less damage and plus 1 more damage added to their attacks, now every time they get a rage, they take 1 less damage, but they get 3 attacks. So the whole path of the berserker is to do as much damage as possible. Fearful. You can add your strength to your intimidation rolls, and you haven't seen anything. When you are lower than 20 health, your extra rage damage is now true damage, which is really good. Really good. Frenzy is kind of ugly. It depends on how you see it. But basically you get to times your rage, but you also take some of your rage damage as well, so that's fun. Mindless rage, it's a passive, which is pretty good. But you lose 5 wisdom and 5 intelligence. That's a really ugly way to spell intelligence, but there's that. When you're max rage, you lose those 2, but you're not able to be pushed back or go prone. And also you get 15 feet of movement, so that's good. I don't know why this looks like that. That's what in God's name happened here. Why do they look like that? I'll have to fix this. Retaliation. Retaliate. Oh, Lord. If you fail a parry, a block, or a dodge, you can just attack right after, which is fun. So this is more when the target fails. No, sorry. When the target parries, but you fail. Because in order to use this, the target will have to parry you. But if you fail, you can still attack them. So that's fun. Dodge or block. Comeback is if the target rolls an attack on you, you can roll an attack right back at them. So 2 ways in order to get an attack in. Deadly jump is pretty goofy. You just jump towards the target. You have a strength battle with them, and they go prone on the ground, and you get more damage on top of them. And then intimidating presence. This basically makes an area of effect, and you roll a intimidation versus their wisdom. If they fail, then they have the frighten effect for 4 turns. So there's that subclass there. Path of the berserker, pretty cool. Going on, we're gonna go to the path of the wild heart, which is I think it's a close favorite to mine. When you're raging, when you are fighting an animal / beast, the less damage you take from rage will count as true protection when you're taking damage from animals. They get survival and animal handling, that makes sense. Animal-like, you can now speak beast vowel, which is the language that beast humanoids can kind of speak. So like the minotaur, I think, maybe the shifter, and some other creatures. And then primal sense, every level of rage you currently have will give you +1 survival and +1 perception. So that's pretty cool. So if you have 5 levels of rage, you get a 5+ in survival and +5 in perception when you're fully max. So that's fun. You get animal-like features. Rage of the bear. You need to have at least 2 rage levels to use this. But okay, you do not glow bear, you grow bear fur. My bad. All over your body. For every level of rage you have, will give you 7 points of overhealth. This overhealth will last 1 minute, and you get 3+ more strength for that 1 minute. So that's pretty good. Just some overhealth, more protection. Rage of the Wolf is pretty cool. You get more movement speed, and if you are 5 feet away from a teammate, you get more damage on that person. So that's good. And I hate that these bars are like this, and it's for every subclass, I'm pretty sure. So that's good. Aspects of the Wild is pretty fun. It's a passive, so this is cool. So every time you take a rest that's more than 3 turns, you get one of the animal features. You could do the same thing to change it. You can only have one at the same time. So we have 5 animal-like features. So when you take a rest, you can get eyes of an owl, feathers of a chicken, the climb speed of a panther, a swim speed of a salmon, or the stealth of a chameleon. So that's fun. Animal Talker, you're just able to talk to animals for 8 turns. You get plus 8 animal handling. Rage of the Eagle, for 3 turns, you can use a bonus action. You can use a bonus action to add plus 12 speed to yourself and have a jump height of 10 more feet, and you also take half fall damage. So for 3 turns, that's pretty good. Power of the Animal is your level 90 ability. You need at least 4 levels of rage when you do this, and when you use this, it will last 3 turns. You pick one of the options below. You can become a falcon and grow wings. You can fly. Your lion, your nails will sharpen. Every attack that does 10 damage will do now 6 bleed damage. And then ram, you grow horns on the top of your head. Every attack that does over 15 points of damage, the target instantly goes prone. So very fun, interesting barbarian subclass, but I love it. I think it's so fun. A barbarian being able to fly is insane to me. Path of the Undying is a second favorite. I think a lot of them are good. So when you rage now, you will no longer get 3 less damage and plus 1 attack. This one's all about defense, so you now take 4 less damage for every rage level. So at level 20, you will, at level, if you have 5 levels of rage, you will now take 4 less damage. 20 less damage, my bad. Attack from the grave, when you were down, you have full movement and still can use attack with only weapons, but you can't speak. So when you're down, you have full movement, right? You're still prone, but you can still attack. So pretty interesting. Divine Fury. Half of your weapon will become holy. Weapons damage will now become holy damage for 4 turns. This also adds an extra 1d6 of damage. So to get different damage type, that's good. Warrior of the Gods. When you take damage, you can roll a 1d12 plus your rage level to give yourself true protection for the rest of the damage that you took from the attack. So if if all the armor goes away, if the damage goes through the armor and you still take 10 points of damage, you can use this ability and use true protection to just make that damage go away, pretty much. I'm not done yet. When you are making a death saving throws and you get a nat 19 to 20, when you are at critical health, you heal yourself 1d10 plus 5 health. So you heal yourself health, not your critical health. So that means you instantly get back up. That's fun. Grasp of Death. Whenever you fail a death saving throw, you make a blast of holy damage. So that's fun. Whenever you are down, because even though the passive says that you can move and then still attack, you still have to make the saving throws. But every time you fail one, so if you get lower than if you get a 1 through 9, you can use your reaction to just blast energy around you, which is fun. Holy Tank. This is a passive. When you rage, your rage damage less will now work for holy damage. So rage covers the base weapon attacks damage. So that's slashing, piercing, bludgeoning, bashing, and then some other weapon like damage. But now your rage will cover holy damage. So That's 20. If you're max rage, that's 20 less damage you can take from holy damage. So that's good. Then Rage of the Gods. When you use this, you can pick up to 4 people that's in a 60-foot area to get your rage bonus from not taking damage. This will last 3 turns. Every target you pick will give you 2d6 plus 2 health. So what does this mean? So if you are max rage, which again, we've already cleared that you will be taking 20 less damage, right? You can give that to 4 people. So 4 people can take 20 less damage, and every person you pick will give you more health. So Rage of the Gods. There's a god that wants to keep you alive, and they are going to keep you alive. So Path of the Undying right there. Now we're going to go down to Faisal, which, okay, I know I keep on saying they're my favorite, but this one's truly my favorite. Okay, so Path of the Faisal is your rage comes from not knowing what will happen to you. The Fae is random and crazy, and the Fae magic comes out of you. So every time you rage, you roll a 1d8, and see, every time you get a rage level, you roll a 1d8 and see what happens. So you can make plants grow out of your feet, you can fly, you make a large dark cloud, a beam of light fucking pierces through the sky, you teleport 30 feet, you summon little creatures and they explode. You don't know what will happen to you. You don't know what's going on. You have no clue what will happen. So that's fun. You get luck, which is fun. And then some charisma skill points. You get a passive. It's called What is Happening. When you roll a nat 1 on a skill check, roll the 1d6 to see what happens. So basically, you can become invisible. You can breathe water but not air. You can turn into stone. You summon a firework, and you trip and become prone, but you heal health. So this class is just completely random of what happens. I think that makes it fun. You can turn your rage levels into magic. Isn't that insane? So again, keeping that random kind of vibe going. You give up your rage levels, and you can turn it into mana. So that's cool. Fae Chaos. Every time a person casts a spell on you, you can use your reaction to just make them just explode in a random damage type. You roll a 1d4 to see what damage type that they take. Out of sight, out of mind. You can attack a target, and basically a portal will open up, grab them, and then throw them somewhere else. And it could be up to 50 feet, but it is random where they teleport. Being front, back, up, or front. So there's that. Chaos Reigns. You pick an area around you that is 70 in the 70 feet range of you in an area, and then in that area you make a 20 by 20 square. In that square, random things will fall out of the sky. This will last 3 turns, and every start of your turn you will roll a 1d6. So these are the 6 things that can fall out of the sky in that area: arrows, tigers, small explosive, small boats, chickens, and anvils. Yeah, they all do random shit. They are weird, and yeah, these are real, not magical tigers, real tigers and real chickens. So that is interesting, right? You can have anvils fall out of the sky, or arrows, or whatever it may be. So that is quite fun. Master of Chaos. You can now, this is a passive, you can re-roll your Chaos Rage or What is Happening passive. When you roll them, you can pick out of the best option. So if I roll Chaos Rage and I'm like, I'm not sure about that one, you can re-roll it and get other options, and now you have 2 options to pick from. So there's that. And then Chaos Area is horrific. You live in the chaos, and so will everyone else. In a 30-foot range, you pick up to 3 other willing people to join you in the chaos, and basically you roll your 1d8 from your rage, right? And they're better. These are better than the rage when you rage. But now the 3 people that you picked also have the effect. So every time when you use this, you roll 1d8, and all of you will produce that one thing. So let's just say you roll an 8. and you pick 3 targets. All of the targets will shoot beams of light out of their chest, or quote unquote beam. That's 100 foot long and will take true damage. Or if you roll a 2, all of you guys, all 4 of you will just teleport 60 feet. All of you will summon 4 spirits. All of you will grow vines. All of you will fly 50 feet in the air. Chaos area is pretty chaotic. So there is the barbarian path of the Faisal. Now we're gonna look at the last barbarian subclass. We're looking at the path of the executioner. Path of the executioner. Their main goal is just killing one single target. So you're gonna see that here. The passive is whenever a target is within 25 feet of you, and you get a rage level, you can move to them for free. In that, obviously, that 20-foot range. Stay down when you kill a target that is medium size or larger. You get health. If the target follows the rules and also has a mark of death, you will kill them. And you kill them, you will get more health. Mark of death is an ability. Obviously, use your action and you mark someone for mark of death. Your rage damage does 2 times the amount of damage, right? And you are invisible to them unless you enter a 25-foot range of them, or if they vice versa, if they enter a 25-foot field, or if you enter a 25-foot field of them, and you get it. If you're not, well, it says 20 foot, but it's supposed to be 25. Invisible to them. This ability lasts 2 turns, but you can keep it up for every turn for 10 stamina. So, mark of death. Relentless. Whenever you drop a target to 0 health, you get free movement equal to your movement, and you have another attack that you will have to use on the same turn. Speed Killer is a passive. Whenever you have a target that has mark of death, you get 12 speed on that target, right? So that's pretty good. So if they try to parry you, they're cooked. If they try to dodge or block, they're cooked. Also, you get 10 more feet to get closer to the target. Where you're going is it's a pretty ugly ability that I have created here. Basically, if you're 10 feet away from a target, or 5 feet, and they move away, and they use all their power to move away, you can use your reaction to just be next to them right after they try running away from you. So you get... the executioner, I like to think, is almost like a serial killer. If you want to play Michael Myers or Scream, I think this one's perfect. I think this is the perfect subclass to play for that. Deadly Kill is a passive. Whenever you make a attack roll on a target that has mark of death on them, you do bleed damage to them, and you heal from doing damage to them. So that's good. And then Mark of the Dying is also a passive that connects to your Mark of your Death ability. The ability on the target will now do 3 times the rage damage, which is really, really good. Also, every turn that they start, they'll take 2d8 of psychic damage. And you also get 10 true protection against the target. The target when they are trying to attack you. So, Path of the Executioner. Yes. So all the subclasses are amazing. They offer so much. I wanted to add more, but I think I want to try adding at least 3 to 5 subclasses for every class, and I just had a lot of ideas for the Barbarian. But all of them are looking extremely good. I'm very happy about them. But I think that's all I have to show you for today. Let me see. Nah, I won't show you that yet. Okay. So, what will we be looking at next time? Next time, we will probably look at some more rules, more mechanics. I'm not sure what we'll be looking at. I had to look at my list to see what I want to show you guys. You guys will see maybe a new class or 2. More subclasses, definitely. Maybe an update on the settlement stuff, because I've been working on that a tiny bit. And then I think maybe we'll look at 2 body modifiers. Not completely sure, but I'm thinking about it. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. I'm pretty sure it has been. I feel like I've been talking for 40 minutes, so hopefully not. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. and that everything goes well. Bye-bye.